Falling off has to not only be one of the hardest things to see when you're watching somebody that inspired you fall off, but it's also something that's completely avoidable half the time. Like, remember when the baby just went on stage and attacked every single group of people that you're not supposed to attack?
You didn't show up today with HIV, any of them deadly with transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the air. Lady, if you smell like water, put a cell phone light in the air. Fellas, lights up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the air. Let's be real about this. Yeah, keep it fucking real. Some of y'all niggas suspect as a mom. Let's be real.
And it was so uncalled for too. Like, why would you do that? Forget the fact that he spitted a bunch of venom for no apparent reason except to be hateful. But that is literally one of the last groups of people you want to attack due to them being one of the main swayers of public perception.
Shout out to the LGBTQ PS5 HDMI, bro.
And as I once said, like it or not, it's less about skill and talent and more about public perception. I mean, how many dudes at school are known as being so big, bad, and scary, but they've gotten in a fight and been exposed as not being able to fight? Perception. And I don't say this to say that you shouldn't cultivate, your skills over time and hone in on your craft, but don't neglect the public perception side of it either, because that will be your ultimate downfall or be the reason you never even get on. A lot of people fall off not because they decline in skill or capability, but because the public perception and belief in them falls off. Their non-ability to cultivate and maintain a public perception is what falls off. Relevancy is the name of today's game in damn near any niche of business, any sport, any career. Sometimes this decline is gradual and other times it's instantaneous. For instance, a Lil Pump.
You're going 70 miles per hour. How long would it take you to drive 70 miles?
70, nigga?
Oh, why? Why 70? Explain to the camera why.
Because 1 times 70, 70.
He was a megastar in 2017 for his hit song, Gucci Gang.
Me and my grandma take meds. Your airline company.
In a very simple song, nothing fancy or of substance about it. Lil Pump, however, slowly started releasing less and less music as the time went on, never evolving his sound, and he had no real purpose, so his interviews, the same as his songs, were very shallow and ignorant. So as people grew older and started to evolve and wanting more substance, or really just a person to like and idolize, he slowly started to fall from grace. And like a true who fell off, he tried to do an OnlyFans pump and dump to gain back his relevancy, and it didn't work. When you have no public perception and on top of that you have no skill or talent to cushion the blow, it makes for an easy knockout on your career.
Don't try this at home, please. It tastes very good, but it's very dangerous. Yum!
Another reason people fall off is simply due to them not being able to innovate. Those who stand the test of time not only have substance, connections, and a purpose that replenishes them during droughts, but they also learn to adapt and play the game however it's being played at that time to ultimately change the game. Every person who falls off is because they refuse to change. They refuse to transform and reshape themselves. One person who is an amazing example of transforming over time is Kobe Bean Bryant.
No, I'm ballin', usual like Kobe.
Kobe was 18 when he joined the NBA, and he was a very selfish and sometimes even low IQ player. And against dudes who are shorter and less athletic than you can get away with stuff like that. But in the NBA where everybody is 6'5", shifty, can shoot and jump, that doesn't fly. You're gonna have to get a little craftier. So over time, Kobe learned how to move off ball, and more importantly, he learned how the game worked. He learned how other people move. And that way, he could still maintain his selfish hero ball playstyle, but could work to understand his teammates, to understand when to be a selfish player. I see so many people who are unsuccessful or seems like they can't get nowhere near their dream, but they refuse to change. They refuse to be open to transforming themselves. So many people are disgusted at the fact of using the modern day tools that we've been blessed upon to get to where they want to go. Like I told this one dude in high school that he should use TikTok to get his music out there to, gain some relevancy. And he pretty much told me that he was offended that I would even suggest he use such a degenerate app. But see, it's thoughts like that cause you to not only miss your opportunity, but to be able to even recognize it. Being open and vulnerable is one of the keys to life. Look at plants and the longest living beings on the planet. What did they do to survive? Over time, they learned how to adapt and evolve.
What comes next? Right, so the question needs to be, what comes next? What can I do? What is my passion? not where I can create the most value or generate the most revenue, but what is my next passion? When you find that next passion, everything else will make sense.
Another big reason people fall off is just due to blatant laziness and complacency. So many people make it over the hill and feel like that's enough, which, I mean, hey, it's enough for you if you don't want to progress anymore, but everybody wants to continue to go up. And what ends up happening is they stop doing the things that got them there, like being consistent in whatever it is that you're doing. A person that combats this all the time perfectly is DDG. He has had his moments over the years where it looked like he was falling off, but he always finds ways to innovate, and more importantly, he stays consistently in your face, on your screen over the years. We've literally grown up with DDG. DDG always innovates and changes with the times. Like, one thing he's really good at doing is making connections with whatever is hot. Like, for instance, you know, streaming is really hot now. So one of the first things DDG did was get connected in the streaming industry. And like, you know, a lot of YouTubers, they go, I don't really want to stream. So they end up just staying on YouTube and they kind of plateau. But what DDG did is, even though it started off kind of slow, he transitioned over to being a streamer instead of a YouTuber. He stayed really consistent, and you know, he took a leap of faith, and that ultimately is what keeps him up in a career where the life expectancy is like 2 to 4 years peak for most creators.
Like, it might sound like cliche or whatever, but it's literally just being consistent. Like, I'm talking about 2017, I was uploading every day. I'm talking about if you can put January 1st,
yeah,
December 31st, 2017, it's gonna say at least 500 videos.
Wow.
I'm talking about I was eating 19, crazy. Then 2018, after that, it's like I had residual income. So I mean, it was days I upload 7 videos in one day. I ain't talking about like no reactions. I'm talking about 7 10-minute plus vlogs. I'm talking about not eating.
Jesus Christ.
But I was making 6 figures a month.
So, you know, I'll put it like this. Either you find a way, or the thing in your way, the thing holding you back, finds a way. Regardless if it's you or the thing, one of y'all is gonna find a way.
God's little bitch. Right, drop the beat.